Welcome back to the Just Two Girls Who Forget How They Met podcast. I'm Grace.
And I'm Mariella.
Say hi to Mabel.
Mabel, say hi.
Okay, bye, Mabel.
She's so cute.
We had to show her since we've showed gifts.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dive right into our godly discussions, random stories,
Opinions and advice and relationship topics of the day.
Yeah. Okay, so for our godly discussions, we're going to do what we did in episode 2, which is just read a passage of scripture and then discuss.
Yay!
Yeah.
We thought that was fun, and I know a couple people who said they liked it, so
Oh, okay.
we'll see. Here we go
Perfect.
again. So, did you say what we're reading yet?
I did not.
No. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. So we're going to read Psalm 91, and we're just going to split it in half, so we'll each read some. And yeah, okay. Should I start?
Here we go. Sure. Of course.
He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the presence of... Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
And from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a buckler. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked.
Because you have made the Lord your dwelling place, the Most High, who is my refuge. No evil shall be allowed to befall you, no plague come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. On their hands they will bear you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the adder, the young lion and the serpent you will trample underfoot. Because he holds fast to me in love, I will deliver him. I will protect him because he knows my name. When he calls to me, I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will rescue him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Yay, Psalm 91. Good job. We did it.
We did it. I'm so bad at saying words right, so
Me too.
don't mind my stumbling. Okay, so any initial thoughts?
Yes. I read through this before just now, so I cheated a little.
Cheat.
But
No.
when reading verse 7 and 8, wait, I'll just reread that really quick. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked. When I read that, it just made me think of like seeing the fallen world around us and like the darkness and how like some things that we witness or even like hear about, it feels so dark and so evil. But it doesn't touch us because we're his. Like we witness it and it like weighs on our heart, or we can feel that darkness, but in the end of the day it doesn't actually like directly harm us, I guess. In certain scenarios, obviously we go through things that hurt us, but like when looking at the fallen world around us, it doesn't touch us because we're his. And then I looked up the word recompense because I didn't know what that meant, and the definition didn't really make sense to me in the situation or in the context.
Oh, okay.
But it said to make amends with someone for a loss or harm suffered, or to pay them back for their efforts. And it says the recompense of the wicked. So I don't know if it's like you will only look at with your eyes. Oh, I think I know what it means. I think I'm realizing. Maybe, I mean, this could be totally wrong, but I'm thinking of like when we're, okay, this is like, could be totally wrong, but I'm going deep here. In verse 7, how it says 1,000 may fall on your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. My thought goes to when Jesus comes back, we're going up with him. All of these thousands that are unbelievers will fall, but it won't come near us. And then the recompense of the wicked will be trying to pay back for their efforts. Like they'll be trying to get into heaven.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. That is like,
I mean, it would
that could be so wrong,
like that,
but I don't know.
I don't know if that's like what
I
it
don't know if
actually
that's
means,
what
but
it
yeah.
means.
But I thought
That's
that's
how I
a
viewed
good
it.
like whatever you call that.
I don't know, understanding? Thinking? I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to look it up now.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those things where it's like out of context, it could be like confusing for
Mhm.
like new Christians or like unbelievers because it's like, oh, like no evil shall be allowed to befall you, no plague will come near your tent, but it's like
Yeah. It's like,
we
but-
do have bad things that well, I do have bad things that happen. Oh, like this happened in my family and I think that's evil.
Mhm.
Like I don't know where I was going with that, but in general, like
Yeah. No, that's
I feel
a
like that
good
is
point.
like something that could be confusing.
But if my thinking is right, then it is like, yes, we'll have those struggles here, but ultimately, when Jesus comes back, if you are a believer, like they will mean nothing to you because
Yeah.
you'll be with him.
Well,
But again, don't know. if
look,
that's-
in verse 14 it says, I will deliver us to heaven.
yes, which this is this is
I will
referring back to
rescue
something.
him and honor him.
The psalm closes by laying out what trusting God looks like, and by repeating God's pledge to care for his faithful ones. Such a person will have a long life and will enjoy God's salvation.
And I also
Okay.
feel like it's also like it's so easy like reading this through. It's like, okay, well, this is not happening on earth. But like kind of like you say, like the world is sinful. So like maybe this isn't happening for us right now, but if we do, dwell in the shelter of the Most High and we abide to like the Lord and we take refuge in him and trust in him and like he will do all these things for us, maybe it doesn't necessarily feel like that, or like it's like harder to be aware of that like on earth, but like he will do that for us in
Yes.
heaven.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe your thing is not
I don't
wrong.
know.
You know what I mean? Just because it's like obviously the Lord protects us here on earth, but like sin, I mean, we live in a fallen world, so it's like bad things still happen and he can't necessarily prevent, he can't prevent anything, but like
Yes.
it's not like, oh, you're a Christian so nothing bad is ever going to happen to you, or like evil things won't go on like in your family or around you, like, and I feel like it's also hard. Evil is like a weird word to be like, what does evil actually mean?
Right, because sometimes evil seems so extreme.
Right. It's like, oh, murder. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully.
But
No,
in the
we
Bible,
look at it
murder
this
is
Yeah.
the same penalty. Like, you get the same penalty for a
He will
lesser.
command his angels concerning you, guard you in all your ways. Like, I feel like it's like practical. In some ways, like on earth, like this is like applicable. That's a word, right? Applicable to us, like on earth. But
Like, you mean in this time?
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But even more so, like we'll see how this is true, like when Jesus does come back.
Oh, yeah.
And like all of Revelation like occurs, because it's like
Yeah, I had that verse in my notes too. I just find that encouraging.
when he calls to me, I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. This is verse 15. I like this verse.
Yes.
Verse 15.
When I read 14 through 16, I thought it made me think. It's quotes. I don't know if it's referring to my favorite verse that I'm about to read, but it sounded so similar.
Okay. It is in quotes, yeah.
It says
Nothing. Wait, this is in quotes. My fortress, my refuge.
I don't know, but it says because he holds fast to me in love, I will deliver him. I will protect him because he knows my name.
The
My-
Psalms are written by a bunch of people,
Right.
so we don't even know who wrote. Like, we can't specifically say who wrote this, so I don't know what the quotes would be. Sorry, you could.
No, you're okay. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to figure it out. But anyways, like if it's
I don't
another
think-
book of the
I
Bible.
don't think they're. Oh, you mean like if they're referring to their own work from somewhere else?
No, like and somewhere else in the Bible. Like I'm saying, if this is like a quote of this verse in Isaiah.
Oh.
I don't
thought
know.
you were saying
I don't
like
think
we
it-
could figure out who wrote it, and I was
Oh
like,
no, probably not.
Sorry.
You're fine. Isaiah 43:4 says, "Because you are precious in my eyes and honored, and I love you. I give men in return for you, peoples in exchange for your life." So I guess it wouldn't be a direct quote, but it just made me think of that because you're fine. Because it says he holds fast to me in love, and it says, "And I love you." Sorry, I scratched you. I will protect him because he knows my name. It's just like, I don't know. You are precious in my eyes. I will give men in return for you. Like
the men in return for you part makes me think of verse 7 again. No, like 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right.
Yeah. I really like this.
Yeah,
chapter.
I feel like this is good.
I think you picked out this one actually.
I can't remember.
Did you have any other thoughts?
Oh no, I was just trying to read this verse. Verse 13. We'll tread on the lion and the adder. Wait, does this tell you what adder means?
Yes, wait a minute.
We're looking at the
Adder. Oh, it goes to somewhere else.
The young lion and the serpent you will trample underfoot. That's interesting. Why is it a young, like, why would a young lion? Because of, like, Jesus, right? Is it Jesus or God? Or is it both of them? I mean, both of them.
Jesus
Referred
is a
to
lion
as, like,
and a
the
lamb.
Lion of Judah or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would the lion and the serpent, like, why would we be trampling both underfoot?
Okay. You're making me remember something that I've heard before, but I can't explain it because I don't remember what it was.
Wow.
But it was like something about the lion and the serpent. Oh, okay. It wasn't about a lion and a serpent, but it was about a serpent. At a youth group.
That was just making me think of like the verse in Genesis that's like she'll crush the serpent's head,
yeah,
or whatever. Yeah,
you're fine. At a youth group, we were doing some study. I forget what book we were in, but it talked about how God's people were making idols, and they made gold serpents and worshipped them. And I was really confused on why they would make serpents. And I asked the youth pastor, I was like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, if they were intentionally trying to worship God, but were using these idols to do so, why did they make them serpents? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Because I think that's where I think lion is connected. Because I was like, well, why wouldn't they make like a lion or a lamb? But
right.
I don't know. That's just
back in
thought.
then, I mean, depending on when that was, God, like Jesus and God probably maybe it hadn't been referred to as like a lion and a lamb yet. I wonder. I don't know when that like first appears in the Bible. My guess is Isaiah, but I have no clue. That's just me making a guess.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? What? How did it Isaiah?
I said I don't know if it actually does, but like depending on when that was, I wonder if Jesus, or God, like had ever even been referred to as a lion or a lamb
that's
for
true.
them to make an idol like that.
That's true. I didn't really think of that.
I don't know, because I was like, that's what I said. I don't know if Isaiah is the first time or not. I have no idea, but that's my guess. I said that's probably my guess is it's somewhere in there, because like Isaiah is like the prophecies, right?
I believe so.
I think so. I should know this. I was just in my Bible class. but yeah,
that was like great. Sorry.
do you have any like practical application to give people, like from this?
I mean, it's easier said than done, but I would say, like, what we've talked about, verse 7 and 8, how it's like, yes, you will have suffering in this world, but if you are a believer, then ultimately, it will not come near you. Like verse 7 says, in the end, when you're in heaven, and you won't have to be with the wicked trying to recompense. Because because you will just know that there's nothing you can do to get into heaven. And I mean, you'll be in heaven by then, but like,
yeah,
it's all the Lord, and you won't be trying to like earn your way in.
Yeah. Abide in the Lord.
Yes.
He's your refuge and your fortress.
Yes. It's the title of my refuge and my fortress.
Oh.
Yay! Any thoughts other than that? Applications or anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have any more.
Anything else. Thanks,
Yay.
guys.
Thanks
Hopefully
for
you
listening.
enjoyed.
Yeah, and I would love if you want to comment. We haven't had too much comments, but if you would like to comment on your thoughts or interpretations,
Yeah. Or if
it's okay to be wrong because there is obviously a right answer in here, and someone wise knows. But it would be great to like hear other interpretations of what you think is being said.
And also, if you have like passages that you want us to read sometime, let us know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that could be fun. Like if there's something that you know, something that you really like and you want to hear us, you know, have our little rambles about it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Should we go on to the next
Random
category?
stories? Sure. Guys, we have some crazy ones. Where do we begin?
Should we start with the first one and then move into the other two? Because the other two kind of go together.
Yeah. So, all of these stories today revolve around when we've been on a beach trip.
Wow, are you guys shocked? How many
You should
stories
not
have
be.
we told about being at the beach?
For real. But one is from last year. Last
Yeah.
year? No. One is from years
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
2 years
Yeah.
ago.
That's
And
crazy.
like 3 or 4 or 5 or 2 are from this year.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
You want to tell the first one?
Yeah, I would love to. So it's really short. It's a really short story.
So that was
but
2024. Summer of 2024, I think. Because it wasn't
Are
last
you
year.
sure?
This year was
It
2026.
wasn't the one.
No, it wasn't. It was
Oh.
just. It was with at Harris Teeter with the moms, the 2 moms.
You're so right.
I pushed you
Yes,
in the
you're so
shopping cart
right.
in the parking
Okay,
lot.
anywho. We went to Harris Teeter for our beach trip to get groceries before like checking in our place. And as one would do, we noticed the sign that says Employee of the Month, Carrie. And so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna find Carrie. And I didn't know. I don't think there was really a plan of like what I was gonna do. I was
feel
like
we were
planning
like,
on
you should
taking
take
a picture.
Yeah,
I was
we
like,
were
oh, Carrie's the Employee of the Month. And then, yeah, I guess you were like, take
You're
a
like, we should
picture.
find her. Take a picture.
So I found Carrie. Are we allowed to pop with a picture, you think? I
Probably
don't
fine.
see why not. And Carrie, what is up? Because that was so fun. But I found Carrie and I was like, you're the Employee of the Month. Congratulations. Can I get a picture with you?
It was so funny, but it probably like made her
She
day.
smiled so big. I was like, oh, Carrie.
Because like I feel like there's probably so many people who like could care less, and then you were like, oh my gosh, like congratulations.
Which,
Can
like,
I
we
take a
were kind of
picture
doing it in a funny way, but also it was like, we weren't being dishonest. We were
right,
saying
like it
congratulations.
wasn't like you were doing it to like tease her. It was
Yeah.
like, let's do it because it'll be like funny for the fact. I mean, not funny, like 'cause
Funny
it'll be
to us.
fun.
Because it was just random, like, why are you going up to them?
Right, but like so sweet, like too. It's like one of those things where it's like you probably made her day and like you didn't even know it.
Yeah, that's sweet. But that's our first random story about Carrie. What a sweetheart.
Yeah,
We should have gone back to the same Harris Theater.
We couldn't
Oh,
this year. We
right.
were somewhere in So, we just got back from a beach trip last
did we look
week.
tan? Not really.
I know, I was thinking that. You guys, you can't really tell. We both still look
Our
kind
arms
of pale.
kind of look.
Our arms are tan. Look, my face is already white again.
Yeah.
My face is already
Mine
white
is
again.
too.
I need to get out in the sun. Anyways, so we just got back.
And we
Like
had
last
some
Thursday, and
crazy
some stuff
things
happened,
to tell
guys.
you. Some stuff happened. So, I'll introduce this and then you can tell the first story about the beach interview.
Okay.
Basically, we were trying to make a cute little short for you guys, a cute little Instagram post, and like go up to random people on the boardwalk and be like, hey, and then ask them a question. We only got 3 people to agree to do it. So, womp womp. It was not as successful as we were hoping. But we did get 3 answers, and we did get some crazy answers. So, take it away.
Where do we even start? The first one?
I feel like we have to
In
start the
order?
first one.
The first one is the craziest.
Crazy.
So. We tried really hard, but we also were like scared. You did a good job. I was proud of you. I was too
Thank you.
nervous. Guys, it's more intimidating than you would think to like find random people and go up to them and be like,
Yeah.
"Can I ask you a question?" Because we were also like,
Well, we were
should
also
ask
asking to
permission.
record before, so we would go up to someone and say, "Hey, do you mind if we ask you a question and record it?"
Which I think is like a good thing to do. That way they don't get upset.
If we're just like,
Right, because I feel like some people could get upset if you just like did that, but also in some ways I feel like it's like longer for people to say no. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Anyways, so we saw our first victims.
that sounds so bad. I
We
hope
found-
they're watching. We gave them our
Yeah, I don't know.
thing.
We'll have to see. But so we like saw them. We were like, okay, like they totally look like they would be willing to answer. So we decided that Grace was gonna ask the question for the first time, and I would record. So I feel like you do you want to say? Once I get there, I feel like you should say it.
Okay.
So we approached them, and we were like, oh, like, can we like record you and ask you a question? And they were like, oh yeah, sure. So I'm behind the camera recording, and Grace is asking the question.
It was 2 girls. Did you say
Yeah,
that?
there were 2 girls.
Okay.
Sorry. And the question that we were asking was, what's the craziest thing you've done to impress
Yes.
a crush?
Yeah.
Or like impress someone that you liked? And you go for it now and tell them what happened.
Well, okay. The first girl was like, I don't really think I've done anything crazy. And the other girl was just cackling to herself. Silently, but like, she's hiding something. And so then I went over to her, and I was like, I can tell, like, there's someone behind that laugh. And she was like, probably show them my toes. Guys, it was so funny. We
In
should,
the
like,
video, you can like see Grace's face.
I
She's
was like
insert draw drop for those who are listening to audio.
Yeah. For real, I was like, in what world?
I was like,
In
yeah.
what world?
And you were like, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I was like, yeah, I'd classify that as cringy. But
like, also, who would be impressed by toes?
okay, yeah.
Let's talk about this. That's interesting on
How?
its own self.
Who?
Like, I don't think I would be impressed by toes. Like, I don't like toes.
I hate
like,
feet. In no world would I be like,
ooh, those are some nice toes.
We're getting so weird right now.
I think we're getting normal.
Okay, but
Sorry to offend anyone if
Feet
anyone
pics, toe
listening to
pics,
this likes
anything.
toes.
I hope you leave. You can leave. That is
But
why I
is
wear
weird.
socks every podcast. Not actually,
Hiding the dogs.
but I do. Yeah. Anywho,
yeah, it was pretty funny.
it
And,
was
like, we
kinda
started off with a
crazy.
bang.
We started off
And
with a
then it
bang,
went
and we got
downhill.
2. So if you are watching, you're the best one. Just
Thank
know
you
that.
so much.
Just know that. Thank you
You're
so much.
for
for
amusing
amusing
us.
us.
Funny. You made us laugh so hard. That
You
was
really
like
did.
a great memory of the
Peak
trip.
peak moment.
Peak moment.
Yeah.
Then the next group.
Do you
was-
have the videos?
I do. Yeah.
Because I don't remember what.
The next group was like a group of like 3 girls. I'm pretty sure, and I asked.
We
the
did all girls.
question, and
Sorry to the guys.
They didn't. They didn't have bad answers, but I don't feel like it was anything remarkable.
Are you talking about the girl that said she swerved a kiss?
Was that? I thought
I
that was
don't
the
know.
third group of girls. There was
I'm
the group
forgetting
of
who the
3, and the group of 2, and I think the group of 3, it was like, oh, have you had any weird first dates? And that one girl was the one who said like
Oh,
she
sorry.
went on a date with a guy and he brought like his best friend or something.
it was
And
on
they
our
were-
first date.
And they were at the movie theater or something, and then the best friend was like, okay, so like, are you guys gonna kiss now? So
No, thank
she
you.
was like, yeah, it was like they like planned a
The
kiss.
kiss.
And I was like, yeah, that's a little awkward. Like,
Bad first
not the
date.
buddy being like, so are y'all gonna kiss now? No.
No.
But then I played the other answers. There was nothing really super crazy. I asked them I think I asked them the impress a crush question first. Oh, there was one girl who said something about
Oh, math. She
asking
asked
help
for math.
on her math sheet or something.
Yeah.
And then the third group of girls was the
one who
kids.
it was I think we asked the first date one do you have a worst first date story? And she was just well, I swerved his kiss. And we were
Because he wasn't
why?
cute.
And
Sorry.
And she was he just wasn't cute. And I was okay. You.
I mean, what would you do though? If you actually didn't like them and you weren't gonna
I wouldn't kiss him.
Kiss on a first date.
But the reasoning was just funny.
It was oh.
Yeah.
How ugly was he?
Can we see a picture?
But yeah, those were the funny interview stories. The first one, oh my gosh, made me laugh so hard. And then we tried to get more people, and then it was starting to get dark, and there were less people, and we were
and then we got rejected, and we got nervous.
Yeah.
By a dad.
Yeah. Which maybe was a mistake.
Yeah, we shouldn't have even tried.
But we really wanted
it's
people.
okay.
It's all right.
We were desperate.
Yeah. And if you guys want to maybe see these videos,
I
or at
feel
least the
we
toe
so
one.
good, yeah.
Should I mean, even if we just do the toe one and post
We'll
it
show
on
you
the
guys.
shorts or something, it was so funny.
See.
It was so funny.
Okay. You should tell the next one.
The next story.
This is probably the most insane. It's not insane, it's just disturbing.
So, Grace and I are good-looking girls. No.
That's how you start this? I ain't never
So-
seen two pretty best friends.
What are you implying right now? Am I ugly? Or are you ugly?
I'm ugly.
No,
I'm
you're
kidding.
not ugly.
Bro.
Okay, so whatever.
So,
Let's end this podcast now.
we're not friends anymore.
So, okay,
We're at the beach.
yes.
At a hotel.
The hotel that we're staying at has a couple pools. There's 2 outdoor pools and 2 indoor pools. One of the indoor pools is kid heaven. There's water squirting out of the walls, fountains of water coming down from the sky.
Buckets dropping water.
It's so loud. Yeah, really loud. And then there's 2 outdoor pools, which we were at the pool at night. And then there's a 21 and older pool.
We had our mothers.
And it's only 21 and older because you're allowed to have alcohol in that room.
We
where
did
the pool
not.
is. We did not have alcohol.
No, thank you.
But also the 21 and older pool is the only pool that has a hot tub.
Right.
So, I've gone in the 21 or older pool before because my family has stayed at this hotel before. Grace and her mom had never been there before, but so my mom had asked her mom if it would be okay, if she would be comfortable with us all going in there, even though it's 21 or older. And may I just say, I saw so many people in that pool throughout
that
we
were
staying there that weren't
21.
21. So it's not we're crazy rule breakers. I saw someone who had their toddler in that pool.
Yeah. I saw that too.
There's no one there who's actually checking. And the only reason that it is that is because of the alcohol. But if you don't care that your kids are around alcohol, then it really doesn't matter.
Anywho, that's
Yeah.
a big description.
Well, I was just trying to give them
It's
some
okay.
context.
That's
So
all right.
we were swimming at night, and what time was it? I mean, maybe 10:30 or something.
It was close. It was 10:45 because it closed at 11 and we only had 10
Yeah.
minutes left.
But we had been there for a bit before that.
I think we got there around 10. Yeah.
And so it's kind of a weird shaped pool. Maybe picture an 8,
Yeah.
and then half of it is regular pool water, and then there's a circular hot tub. Okay, circular hot tub with a pillar right down the middle. So it's a donut. It's a donut.
So like a donut.
But the center
Not
is
a good donut tonight, folks.
So we went down, and it was. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
But we went down, and it was me and Grace and my mom and my sister.
She was
Because my sister came with us on the trip too. And so my mom and my sister we're like sitting in the room. We're sitting in the room where the pool was, and then they moved out because like right outside the doors, which like they were still there, like the doors are open, it's like glass sliding doors. Right outside there's a bonfire that like looks out over the beach. So they moved out there and they were sitting there, and there had been a bunch of people in the hot tub, I think, right? That day, and a crowd left, and we were like, oh, we should go get in the hot tub like before we have to leave, because like Grace said, there was only a couple minutes before like the pool closed.
Right.
So we shifted over to the hot tub, and while we were doing so, I had been noticing that there was this guy who like went and sat down next to this girl, and they were like talking, and I was like, oh, no.
He looked decently older.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't like whatever, but I was like, oh, you know, she must not care because she was like chatting with him. Right, yeah. So then, you know, we go in, we get in, and as we're getting in, she like stood up and they like
shook hands.
It was like shaking
like,
hands, but
nice
not
to
like
meet
up
you
and down.
too.
It was kind of more of like a sliding caress. Like,
Oh.
I don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
It
We can try and show the viewers.
It's
It's like, I don't know, something like that.
It was weird.
And, you know, he was like, oh, like, it was nice meeting you, or something
She was
like that.
You too.
And then she, like, walked around and, like, went back and, like, got her towel and dried off and left. Which, later on, I don't know why she left. So, yeah, then we're just sitting there, and then he gets up, walks out of the hot tub,
Smirking at us.
and he walks over to like where his stuff was. I noticed him come into the hot tub room because, like, into the pool room because he was carrying 2
Cases.
6-packs of like
Some kind
beer.
of.
I think it's
yeah.
beer. Yeah. And I was like, oh dang boy. And then
Maybe 21 tonight.
yeah, and then he walked over there. I honestly
Okay,
wasn't paying so much attention to this part until you said about it. So you talk about this now.
I was like, boy, what do you think you are getting into? Because he got out, when we sat in the hot tub, he looked at us, smirked, walked out of the hot tub. Meanwhile, he had an open can of, let's say beer, I guess it was, beer in his hand. Okay? He comes back, holding 2 unopened beer cans. He walks into the hot tub, holding these 2 cans, clearly making sure that we see these 2 cans. It was on the side that we were closest to. And walked right in front of us, smirking at us, turned around, smirked at us, sat the beers down, smirked at us, moved the beers, smirked at us. And I was like, what is going on? Like, is this how you're trying to get us to go over there with you? Like, no, we do not want those beer. We are not 21. But we had to act like we were 21. Because we're the 21 and up
We
pool.
were in the 21 and up pool. So I didn't really pay attention that much to the fact of like that he got 2. I like remember looking at him being like, "Oh, dang, buddy! Like you still have 1. Like that's a little crazy. Enjoy your night, I guess." And then he like made eye contact with me. I like looked over one time.
He kept looking
and
at
he,
Mariella.
Made eye contact, and I was like, "Oh." So then I eventually was like, "No, this is making me uncomfy," because he just looked. I wouldn't say he was like creepy looking, but it was like
smirk
the
was
smirking
so
and like
weird.
grinning, and then like the like heavy eye
Staring.
contact. So then I like turn and look at Grace because I'm like, oh no, like I'm starting to be uncomfortable, and I didn't know if you had noticed anything or not yet.
Oh
Which-
yeah.
I know you did. So then I was like staring
then-
at Grace like.
But I was making sure he clearly saw us, but I was making sure that he knew we saw him and were like not about it. But then I was also laughing because she was staring at me laughing, and we were just both
It was
uncomfortable,
like
so we were
both
laughing.
like nervous giggling.
And then I was like, this is not good. He's going to think we're nervous giggling with him.
I was like trying to make like small talk, and I was like, oh, do you think we should get out?
So then we did.
So then we got out, and you should say the towel.
Oh.
Guys, the whole crazy thing is, like, we were both wearing one pieces. Right? You were too.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
I don't know. It's just like, what do you want from me?
I'm not
It's not
showing
like we were
anything.
being right. Like it was like
I don't know.
I don't even know.
But anyways, Marielle was like, we should get out. I was like, yeah. And then so we got out,
and
and
our
we were
towels
going
right
out.
there.
Yeah, our towels were like literally right there. And we were gonna go to where her sister and mom were at the fire, and I saw Mariella wrap her towel around her butt because we had to walk away from him to the fire, and I was like, oh, she's smart. And then so I wrapped my towel around my butt too. I was like, he's
didn't even
getting
do that on
nothing.
purpose.
I was well.
And
I saw it and I was like, good idea. And then
So then we walk out there, and me and Grace are awkwardly, like, we didn't sit down, and we were, like, standing there, and
there's
my
5
mom
chairs around the fire.
and sister are sitting there, and we're both kind of just, like, because his table with his stuff was, like, right behind us to the left. And so I was like, he's still, like, not that far behind us, even being in the hot tub. I was like, I don't want to say anything. And my sister was like, are you guys okay? Did she say something like
She
that?
was like, do you want to go back?
She, like, said
Because
something,
we
and
were
we're both
still
like...
nervously laughing, but we weren't saying anything to her mom and sister because we were like, he's right there.
Right, and we didn't... And also, I think he was with someone, too. That was also why I didn't say anything.
Oh, right.
He was, like, with other people, and they were, like, directly behind us in the regular pool with, like, the way the setup is.
Mhm.
I feel like it's probably confusing, but maybe it's not. But then he gets out of the hot tub.
And guess where he comes?
Guess where he stops? He makes a pit stop and grabs a full case.
Of his beers.
Then goes around. He, like, went around because he came up behind my
He
sister.
goes around and shows up behind her mother and sister.
And he was like, anyone want a drink? Right? Isn't that
Yeah.
what he said? Something like that.
Wow, it sounds so familiar. Anyone want a beer?
Flashback.
Flashback.
And my mom and my sister were like, no.
And then he comes and sits in one of the chairs for
Yeah.
like 2 milliseconds, puts his shirt on, and then I guess he's getting the message
He's, like,
like
sitting
we're
there, like, I'm
talking
not,
to you.
like, me and Grace were, like, staring straight ahead. I
But
think my
apparently
sister,
Charlotte was like staring him
Yeah.
down.
she was like, and I was like, hey, shout out to you because
Yeah.
you're listening. We love you. My
do
Grace,
love
not
you.
the man. Wait, what?
What?
Shout out
Sister.
to my sister, not, the man.
We
I don't know why I said
love
your name instead
Grace,
of
not the man. At least you said it right and it said the man.
And then he thankfully left us alone. But then,
but
the next day, is that what you
no,
were
I'm saying
saying?
on his way out,
Oh.
he gave another girl a beer. Like,
Oh,
she
yeah.
did not look very
I don't
old.
think
I
she
don't know.
looked very old.
Anyways,
But like, I was even like, do you really think we look 21?
no.
I don't think we do.
My mom and her mom were like, yeah, you could pass.
I really,
don't
think,
think
so. But it was so funny. And then the next day, we were like out by I forget what we were doing, but I saw him like walking through the hotel. I was like, oh my gosh, PTSD. It was pretty crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but it was so funny at the same time. But it was like so awkward.
it was uncomfy.
It was uncomfortable
Mhm.
for sure. Those are the random
You got good stories today. It's kind of good we didn't film it we were planning on filming it at the beach, but we wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
We wouldn't
I
have
mean, we
known.
probably maybe would have told you eventually, but it worked out this way.
Yes. Okay, well that's our random stories. I hope you enjoyed.
Opinions and advice?
Opinions and advice. We have
Advice
a
and
really
opinions?
fun thing today. You can't really see it, but on this board we have strongly agree, disagree, strongly disagree.
Oh, what are we gonna say? I feel like we have to say our answers because people who are listening to audio
Oh, yeah,
Are
we
gonna
can
know
just
the
say what we've said. But we, yeah.
when we plan. Sorry.
Do you have your drink? This
do
is
have
what we're
my
gonna
drink.
do. This is strongly agree, neutral if you want to be iffy, disagree, strongly disagree.
But we really want each other to not be neutral
yeah,
because
that's
where's
no
the fun
fun.
in that?
Okay.
Give us the first question.
All right. Should we do like read it in 3, 2, 1?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Long distance relationships can work. 3, 2, 1. Strongly agree. Do you have any comments?
No, I've seen it work.
Yeah. I feel like how it's worded, it's like can work. It definitely can.
Yeah.
I,
I
feel
think
like
there's
it
ways
makes
where
it much
you-
harder, but
Yeah, and I think there's ways that people can make it not work.
yeah,
Obviously,
for sure.
or that
Cheating
it's
or
right.
whatever.
And also, like, your attitude about it can make it work or not work.
Yeah, if you're just focused on, oh, this sucks, I can't be
Right.
with you.
Then you're not going to have any fun, and it's gonna be the end of the world because you're acting like it's the end
Right.
of the world.
Right. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty like self-explanatory.
Yeah.
At least to us.
Should I read the next one?
Sure.
Okay. First impressions are usually accurate.
3, 2, 1. Disagree. No, we're like
This
agree.
is crazy.
I would just say most of the time it's not what you usually think. That's why I didn't say strongly disagree, because sometimes it is like that gut feeling,
Yeah.
either good or bad. But I'd say disagree. It's usually wrong.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have much to say about that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. The
Okay.
way you said is valid.
Yeah.
Like either way. My brain is farting.
You're
But yeah.
okay.
Okay. Next
Alright.
question.
Opposites attract. 3. Sorry, I'm thinking.
I feel like we're
3,
gonna get it not the same
2,
this time.
1. Okay, I said agree.
I said disagree. I don't know. I feel like that maybe I should have been neutral. That's kind of lame though. That's why I feel like I picked disagree.
Okay, I said agree because if you have the same I'm not thinking exact opposites. You clearly have to have things in common. But if you're having like the same thing for everything, prairie dogs, for anyone that knows. Kidding. If you're having the same thing for everything, then like if you're being the exact same person, it's not. No, you're not gonna really attract, because you're not gonna fall in love with the person that is you.
Unless you're really prideful and you really think you're all that in a bag of chips.
You sound like you're gonna cry. Anyways, that's my standpoint
I don't know,
on that.
like crazy reasoning behind disagree. I feel like kind of maybe. Wait, am I confused? It says opposites attract, and you're.
So you don't think it does? Like, you
I
don't
don't
think
think-
opposites
I
attract?
think opposites can attract, but I don't think it's necessarily a great thing all the time. Which I feel like is what kind was that?
Kind of what I
Wait,
said. Like
say-
you need to have things
Like
in
right,
common.
like
but-
you have to have like it's nice to have things in common. Like oh we like the same music and oh whatever, but like, and in some ways I guess it could be nice. Like oh you have like you agree on everything, but also that's so vanilla.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I feel like it's also good to not because,
Not
especially
agree on
if-
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, agree on the major things,
Yeah.
but disagree on ice cream flavors.
Right. Like I feel like it's kind of crazy if you do.
Mhm.
It's possible. So yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. Oh no. Maybe you should read it.
Okay, guys should make the first move. Oh. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh! I said agree.
I said disagree.
I didn't say strongly agree because I think there's exceptions.
Maybe agree would have been a better one than the bottle. Because I think
Because-
it's not bad. I know girls who have made the first move and like it's worked out. And good for you. If only I was that bold. But there's something about a man coming to you to ask you that just feels more amazing.
So much nicer.
Right. Like wow, you're actually pursuing me. And I'm
Yes.
not like, please go on a date with me.
Okay.
Not that everyone is like that. I'm not trying to say
No,
everyone's like begging.
not girls that make moves are like that. But like, I am not about girls proposing.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
crazy.
saw a video of this trend, and the woman was like, I actually love when girls propose. Like, and the husband was agreeing with her. And I was like, how does that make a man feel manly?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know
how
about
does,
that.
like,
Even biblically, like your man, like
yeah.
the man is supposed to be the leader, and like you're supposed
And you
to
just-
submit to your husband. So it's like
I don't know.
submit to me,
do not-
because I proposed.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
don't
I
know,
just
I don't
don't
like
like that. It makes, yeah. So I would say there's exceptions. That's why I didn't say strongly agree. I think more simple things like, sure, you can say I love you first. You can kiss him first. You can do whatever. But no, he should be proposing. He should be initiating, asking you out on the date. I don't know. I mean, a girl could ask someone on a date. I guess it's just the more major things.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know.
The next one?
Yes.
Marriage is more important than having a big career. Are we doing this from both sides or one side?
What do you mean?
Like the man's side
Oh.
or a girl's side? Or both? Because that would affect my answer.
Let's say marriage is more important than having a big career as a male.
Okay.
We can do it both ways because I have total opposite answers.
Okay.
Okay, as a man with a career, is marriage more important? 3, 2, 1. Okay, I said disagree.
I said strongly disagree. Wait.
I
what?
think girl, you're confused every time. I think wait, I'm confused too.
I strongly
Marriage is
disagree
more important.
that-
I don't believe marriage is more important than having. Wait, no, I do. I agree.
I
Marriage is
think
more
that-
important than having a big career, but I do think you need a career to have a marriage.
That's why I'm saying strongly disagree. If you're a man who doesn't have like,
Can I go
Bro.
neutral?
if you're just working at Wawa. Oh, sorry to offend anyone who works at Wawa. I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind. But if you're like just working at like a gas station,
McDonald's.
I'm not necessarily gonna be like, oh my gosh, I want to marry you because. Do you
But
have
it does
any,
say
like,
big
plan
career.
for your
You
life?
could have a career,
Well-
and it not be like this. You own a company at like a
Well, right. I'm not
huge
saying that that's
tech
not a big
company.
career, but I mean like something more substantial than like
You need a
I
career
just
to
work
get
at a gas
married.
station, right? Because like I'm not gonna.
That's
marry
not a
man.
career.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when I think career, I think like like
You went
you're
to
working
college
in
or
business,
and yeah.
or like you're working at like even if you're just working at like an urgent care or something. Like I don't know. Like there's things that you can do with even out having a degree that I
Yeah.
would still consider more of a career than like I still work at McDonald's. Oh, I still work at like things that are like a basic job that like a kid would get.
Mhm.
And like you have like your whole entire life. Like I don't know, I would just value like like you have a job that like pays more and like is also reliable. Not that working at a gas station or something or a like restaurant isn't reliable, but like something that seems more a little bit more upscale than just like I work at Chick-fil-A. I've worked here for 85 years. But then you have to be a manager or something at that point, and
You'd
you'd
be
probably
like
dead by
100,
then.
yeah.
But anyways.
Okay, let's do it from a female standpoint. Marriage is more important than having a big career as a woman. 3, 2, 1. I said strongly agree.
I said agree.
I think marriage is more important, but I also think that if you need the money, like if you need both incomes, then you should be fine with working.
Mm-hmm.
But your marriage is more important than your career.
I think a career is a good thing to have. I think marriage is even more important than a career, but I don't think a career is bad.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's why I said agree.
Oh, the next one. You read it. You have the strong opinion.
Okay. The next one is you should never go to bed angry.
3, 2, 1.
I
I could put it in between, but I'm gonna say this.
I said strongly disagree.
I said strongly agree.
Go
Go ahead.
Explain.
I do. Would just like you to explain.
So, I think it's a nice.
You think it's a
cutesy-
cliche?
I think it's a nice cutesy saying, but I think it's cliche, and obviously it's going to depend on the scenario of what's occurring. And there's the verse in the Bible that says about like don't let the sun set on your anger, which is like in the Bible, like that's a biblical thing. However, I think there are times when it's good to take a step back and like realize if your conversation is going nowhere and like you're both just tired and frustrated, it's the end of the day. Like if this is something that like comes up at the end of the day, right? Like your kids are in bed and this thing comes up and it's like, why did you do that? And then you're both like arguing if it happened like at the beginning of the morning and like even, you know, like, oh, someone's going off to work and like depending on how timing is and what your life schedule is, like you get back and you're both tired and you're exhausted. And personally, like when I'm tired, I get more like done and I'm like, you know, like more stubborn in a sense of like, oh my gosh, like I'm right, you're wrong, like I'm like, this isn't, you know, like I'm like, I don't want to say any, like, you know, you don't agree with me, and like you just get more upset, like because you're tired and you're like mentally exhausted. And I think sometimes it's good to recognize that and be like, oh, okay, you know, like this isn't going nowhere, this isn't helping our relationship right now by trying to figure this out. It's getting later and later. I need to go to bed because I have to get up for work tomorrow, and I need to take care of the kids because the kid is going to wake up or like whatever at this certain time. And I think it's okay to be like, okay, like we need to revisit this in the morning, like when we're both like not tired and getting frustrated at each other, as long as you come back to it. I don't think it's something where you just like, oh, brush it under the rug and forget about it. Like, then no, you need to sort it out. But I think that it's okay to go to bed and still be like, not have things completely resolved. That's my hot take.
So
She's lost for words.
I believe that you should not go to bed angry. I believe that. Okay, I somewhat agree that you can not have the entire conversation in one night if it's like 11 at night. But in your reasoning, we're disagreeing, guys. In your reasoning, where you're like, oh, we were just having long days at work, the kids are gonna wake up early, and then you're gonna have to go to work. It's just like, if it's a weekday, we're getting into specifics, but then you're always gonna have work, and then it's always gonna be a night, and then you're always gonna be tired. So I feel like at least starting the conversation and hearing each other's standpoints, and then maybe it's not resolved, but you've talked about it somewhat, and you're not going to bed angry backs to each other, but you can say at the end of whatever extent to the conversation you've had, like, okay, good night, I love you. Then I feel like that's not classified as going to bed angry, even though it's not really like resolved.
Yeah.
That's my reasoning. I think you should be able to not, I don't think you should be holding a grudge when you go to bed.
Well, yeah.
That's my thought. Silence. We're getting judged.
No, you're not getting judged. I agree with what you're saying.
Should we move on?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want to keep going or
do you want it? It's almost an hour. Do you want to do any of these?
Let's do the last one.
Of us or of the board? Like this one or this one?
Oh, I didn't even realize we had those.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I was saying that one.
Okay. It is better to have a few close friends than many acquaintances. 3, 2, 1. I'm staying. I strongly agree.
Strongly agree. My hair is stuck in here.
Yeah. That's,
it's fun to have lots of friends, but
you,
from my
if
personal
it's not
experience,
real,
you can't be as close with all of them because you have so many friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so your relationship is different. And then that's also a lot to juggle for yourself of like, oh my gosh, I need to see this person and hang out with this person and do this person and whatever. And then you get like in a relationship and it's like, oh, add this person on and this person on. Like, I'm like, that just is overwhelming for me personally. So I definitely think a few close friends is better. Then you can like have a more deep and like real connection. Not that you can't if you have other friends. From my personal experience, it hasn't worked that way, but maybe for someone else it can work that way, and you can have a lot of friends and be really deep and open if you're just like a more naturally open person and like talk about things easier. But in my opinion, I definitely think that having a few close friends is better than having a crowd of friends.
Agreed. What she said. No more comments. Okay, so that ends our opinions and advice. moving on to relationships. Sorry, honey.
You're okay.
What?
I'm just laughing.
We have, okay, this is the first time we're talking about romantic relationships. Ooh. Because we talked about first dates.
Yeah, or
One of the ones, dream dates. But that wasn't really like, yeah. So,
we're gonna be answering some questions.
just a couple. Yeah. You want to ask the first one?
Sure. Is physical attraction necessary for a healthy relationship?
I say yes.
I say yes too.
Okay, good. I think that's the initial thing that you're seeing when you meet someone. You're not really gonna like.
Yeah. Unless you like grew up with someone and you like know their personality, but like
Yeah.
for sense of like meeting someone for the first time, even like becoming, I don't know why I was about to say becoming friends, but you know, like it's like, oh, like they seem like a nice person, and it's like, what are you judging that off of? Like depending on something,
Yeah.
like
If
for
they're
more of a romantic
cute,
relationship, I feel like it's like you're initially like, oh, like they're cute,
they're so cute.
and then you like are like, oh, I want to like
Or
get to
they're
know
so
them,
handsome. They're so
or like
pretty.
you can see the way that they're hanging out with people, but still like you're gonna be noticed. Like you don't know.
I
those
do
things personally.
feel like someone that's not so good looking can look cute.
Yeah.
If they have a cute personality. But I think the initial thing you're seeing is their
There's
appearance.
something you like
so,
about
yeah.
them. Yeah. And just in general, I don't think it would be good to like be like,
Not
oh my
be
gosh,
attracted to them
my
physically.
husband is so ugly.
Right.
Like
Red
that's
flag.
embarrassing. Like can you
Embarrassing for
imagine?
you, not your husband.
Like, how terrible is
Yeah.
that? Like, in a relationship, like, to be like, oh, they're so ugly, or like, I don't like the way that they look. It's like, oh,
What
that's
the
so
heck?
concerning.
Yeah.
And everyone's not going to find the same exact things attractive, too, which is, like, fine.
If we
so
did that,
I
it
might
would
be
be
like,
so
oh,
wrong.
this person is really cute, and Grace would be like, oh,
Okay.
good for you.
You do you, Will. Okay. What is your biggest non-negotiable? I will go first and say, besides if they don't love the Lord.
Hello, cutie.
Hello,
oh my
Mabel.
gosh.
Can
Mabel
you
Bell.
see her?
Very good.
Oh my gosh, she won't stop looking, Mariella.
It's okay.
Anyhow.
She loves me.
Aside from not having a relationship with Jesus, I would say if they don't want kids, get out of here. Go find another woman. You're not for me. I'm not for you. That's fine. As someone who wants to have 5 to 7 kids.
Oh my goodness.
You said the same. You say 5.
No, I was yawning. I said,
Oh,
my goodness,
oh,
my God,
sorry.
not your kids. I'm sorry.
Not my kids.
That's a good one. If I'm picking something different than that, non-negotiable.
You can say the same.
I mean, I definitely agree with that. Non-negotiable.
Or even if they just want 1 kid.
Yeah, I don't want 1 kid.
Yeah.
I'd rather have no kids than 1 kid.
Oh. Really?
Only childs are so sad. They have such a sad life. Unless you had like a lot of cousins or something, and then it's like you almost have siblings, but you don't. But like, I feel like only childs, they're just like, that was so loud. Are like really like spoiled and or like they're just lonely.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say the same answer because my brain, I didn't think of something else on the top of my head. So yeah,
That's okay.
not having kids is definitely a no. I will be having children, Lord willing. Even if I don't have them myself, I will find a way to get children.
Oh yes. There will be children in my family. Okay.
Okay. Do friendships change when dating is involved? Yes.
We say that. We say that like so like depressed.
Yeah. Well, like I feel like
From experience, but not from like our experience or from relationships experience about ourselves. If that makes any sense.
I don't know, both. I mean,
You
I think the overall arching answer is yes. I mean, I know, like, I mean, we know like friends who've gotten in relationships and like it's different. Like that person is becoming like your best friend, which as they should, like especially if you're going to marry this person, like that's wonderful. Like you should be talking to them and doing things with them. And then just in general, like that naturally happens. Like I feel like, you know, it's like, oh, you stop like, or it's less like texting each other about like little things and you text that person instead.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like,
Okay, I would agree. I was thinking more of like the bad things that are changing.
yeah, like, no,
That
I
we
don't think
haven't
it's bad. I
experienced.
feel like it's like, in some ways,
It's just
it's like,
different.
oh, like, it's not like the same as it was, but it's like a good thing that it is, like, you know, like you're having other people, and like, especially if you marry that person, like, that's amazing. Like, praise the Lord, then there's
Mhm.
someone else who, like, you know, like,
You
right,
can
like
talk
you
to.
can do that with. But, and it's not like it changed, you know, like it's not like you can't be friends anymore and like things like that. But I think it definitely like adapts your relationships, even not necessarily in a bad way, but like things change and it's not the exact same as it was.
I would agree. I don't know if I have any more comments. I feel like you said it pretty well.
Yeah.
That it just does change. There are some bad things about it.
And it's like also
like you
hard.
could lose friends if they're too intense in love with their relationship.
Yeah.
But
Well, even so, like,
I think
you know, you might not be able to hang out as much because, you know, like, oh, I
Like,
have to
oh,
go
I'm
on a date
going
with
on a
this
date,
person a
or-
week, right? Like, if you saw this person all the time, well, then they're gonna have someone else who they're adding into their mix of like, oh, I need to spend time with this person, so you might end up be getting less time together, which would be like, oh, like that's so sad, but like it's a good thing. Yeah. Like it's just something you have to adjust to. Yeah. So I think yes, they
do
change.
Okay. Do you think we should move on to prayer?
I don't know. Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Prayer requests.
Yeah, what?
I am so busy.
You are really
And
busy.
I like people, but I like being by myself. And I need time for myself. So I don't really know what the prayer request is, but that I would be okay to recharge in the presence of people if I need to. And also that if I do have time, that I could recharge when I'm alone.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I think so.
What about you?
You know, prayer that I just prioritize the right things. That sounds crazy, but like,
It doesn't sound crazy.
it's July. I go back to school in like.
Stop. Don't
I'm
say
so
it.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I go back to school.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
heavens.
Close your ears. Plug your ears. I go back to school in like a month and a couple weeks, and I don't even want to think about it. But like, ow, maybe into my thigh. But like, it's just like that moment when like you're like, oh no, like. Now that it's July, I'm like,
I'm missing
oh, I
out.
just feel the countdown, and it's like, oh, I need to like be ready to go to school, but also like, oh my gosh, like there's so many things that I wanted to do this summer that I still haven't done yet, and like, when do I have time to do this and hang out with these people and like do this stuff? Like, time just is flying, and I'm like, ugh. Next thing I know, it's gonna be August, and then I'm gonna
Don't
cry every
say
day.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, just like, you know, pray that I can make the most of the time that I have while I'm here, and you know, spend time with my mom and my family and friends and all that stuff. Because it is busy. Life is busy. Summer is so busy.
It's so busy.
Who's gonna pray?
Who prayed with Lila?
I feel like maybe me, but I also don't remember.
I think it might have been me because I think it was you the last one.
I thought it was you the one time.
Okay, I'll
and then-
pray.
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, I don't even know because, like, I watched when we posted the first episode. I watched through it again,
I
As
haven't
we've been
watched
coming
through
out with more,
it.
I haven't watched through any
Me
others
neither.
since we've like fully since we posted through them.
Yeah,
So I think maybe it's your
I'll
turn.
pray.
Thanks, dear. Even if you did last week, thank you.
It's okay, I don't mind. Okay, let's pray. Dear Lord, I just thank you that we were able to have another podcast, that you allowed us to make it and discuss what we have discussed. I pray that we would glorify you in everything that we do, now and going forth. I just pray for Mariella that she would, in the busyness of summer, she would still be able to finish what she needs to for school or any other prep that she needs to get done by the end of summer. I just pray that you would give her the time to do that and that she would not feel rushed or stressed about whatever she needs to do. I also pray that I would just have time to recharge social battery and so that I'm able to love others well, just as you have called us to do. I pray for anyone else watching that they would just see you and see your light and love through us, and that they would be led to your cross. Yeah, we thank you for this day and we love you. Amen.
Amen.
Mabel was
Thanks for
growling.
watching. Yeah, that was why she chuckled. I don't know if
Sorry.
you can hear. Sometimes it's like surprising what the mics pick up, and other times it's like
Crazy. Like it didn't
it
pick up
picked
a
that up.
helicopter.
Right, but then it picked up Gibbs barking in my backyard. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Thanks for watching.
why are we like